This is my liver. There are many like it, but this one is mine. Without me, my liver is nothing. Without my liver, I am nothing. Quite honestly, that couldn't be more true. What I want to talk about today is a few things that you can do to boost your liver health. Now, I know it sounds a little weird, like I'm on a fitness channel, I'm talking about liver health. But when we truly understand that the liver is the root of fat metabolism, we can start to understand and truly recognize that a healthy liver equals healthy fat loss. That's why if you go years and years and years without treating your body right, your liver is usually in a very unhealthy state, and it makes it harder to lose weight, harder to oxidize fat, harder to create the fatty acids that we truly need to ultimately have energy. All right, so let's talk about the first one. The first one is chlorophyll. But the most common foods that you're going to find chlorophyll in are usually going to be things like arugula, dandelion greens, maybe some spinach, and a couple other things like algae. Okay, typically all it is the pigment that is in plants. So with algae, for instance, it's very, very prevalent simply because it's such a small microorganism. Now here's what's really cool though. Chlorophyll is literally like the blood of plants. And what's really interesting is when we look at hemin, okay, if you've ever heard of hemoglobin before, or you hear of a hematoma or anything like that, hemin means blood. Now the structure of chlorophyll is really just only one molecule off from that of human blood. You see, hemin is actually surrounding an iron molecule. That's our human blood. But chlorophyll is very, very similar. Instead of iron, it surrounds magnesium. So very, very similar. And because of this, it allows the body to create more red blood cells because it, in essence, is like blood to us. So when we consume these kind of veggies, we are getting this chlorophyll in and we're boosting our red blood cell count. So it's really, really powerful and actually a pretty nifty thing to think that we can be adding new clean blood into our system and allowing those red blood cells to have new life. It really makes a big difference because red blood cells can't recreate. They don't have the ability to divide like other cells do. So we have to add new ones in. And unless you are having blood transfusions all the time, that can be really, really tough. So chlorophyll is a great way to do that. And that ultimately helps your liver because then you're delivering nice clean blood to the liver versus blood that is laden with a bunch of crud. Okay, which leads me into a study that was pretty interesting. So this study was published in the Journal of Carcinogenesis, and it found that when you were consuming any kind of chlorophyll coming from an actual plant source, that the liver increased its ability to protect itself from fungus-laden foods. So we're talking about things like nuts and certain meats that are cooked at high temperatures. When that happens, you end up having a lot of fungus that can appear in the body. And obviously this is hard on the liver. So if chlorophyll allows the liver to have this effect on fungus-laden foods, it probably has this effect on other toxins as well, giving your liver the boost that it needs to truly optimize your fat burning state. The next one we want to talk about is milk thistle. Now, milk thistle is pretty commonly known as something that helps out the liver, but it's really not even milk thistle that we're looking at when it comes down to the detoxification effect. We're looking at the active ingredient known as silymarin. Okay, and silymarin is a unique compound. You see, what it ends up doing is it acts as an antifibrotic, and that means that it acts as a blockade for the liver. So we have these compounds that can attach to cells and actually further filter them from having reactions with toxins. So since the liver's job is to actually filter toxins in the first place, imagine adding an extra layer of filtration so that the liver can have an extra filter before it even hits those hepatic cells in the first place. So that's why it gives the liver a chance to recover. So it's not really that silymarin is literally detoxing the body, it's the fact that silymarin is giving the liver the opportunity to do its job better because it's giving a little bit of a break and allowing us to just excrete the toxins rather than processing them. Now the next one I want to talk about is alpha lipoic acid. And really, it's not even a food. I mean, you'll find alpha lipoic acid in high amounts in broccoli and sometimes in a little bit of red meat. But for the most part, alpha lipoic acid is usually taken as a supplement. But if you eat enough broccoli, you'll get it in. What makes alpha lipoic acid extremely, extremely unique is that it's both water soluble and fat soluble as an antioxidant. Very seldom do you come across something like that. So antioxidants are going to go around, they're going to neutralize free radicals. Free radicals are just bad things that are floating around in your body that wreak havoc on your liver and other organs. And we always want to neutralize them, and our body has some built-in mechanisms to do so. But things like alpha lipoic acid can be taken exogenously or taken in from good amounts of veggies, and they'll come in and they'll neutralize those in addition to our body's natural ability to. So when that happens, our liver again gets a break. But since alpha lipoic acid is both water soluble and fat soluble, it can protect a cell and attack a free radical in a much different way. It can actually protect a cell on the inside and on the outside, both on its hydrophilic and its hydrophobic ends. So we're able to protect the water soluble side and the fat soluble side. This makes it very, very lethal when it comes down to protecting a cell. And again, you're going to find this in copious amounts of broccoli, but it's not always easy to eat that much broccoli. So there you have it, 3 easy ways that you can start boosting your liver health so you can burn a little bit more fat. And remember, it's not all about just what's on the stomach and what you're eating. It's about what's affecting you for years to come. And by the way, guys, if you haven't already, you can make sure that you check out my green detox supplement, which is now one of the world's leading green supplements that is out there. So the link is in the description there if you're interested in checking that out. But otherwise, I will see you in the next video.